Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther O, your fave fashion on the block. So in this video, we're talking about fashion as I always do. Grab a cuppa, get comfortable, and yeah, let's go. So it's been Fashion Week. It's been London Fashion Week this past weekend, or London Fashion Weekend, because it's not really a full week, it's just a few days. And you know, as the same with New York, the vibes that I have been seeing is it's dead, it's boring, and it's true. It is dead, it is boring. There isn't really much inspiring designers. The designers who everybody are watching, the usual names, they haven't really brought anything out down the runway that has been particularly amazing. But yeah, so far what I've seen this season for London Fashion Week hasn't really been of anything. Even New York Fashion Week have not really particularly captured the imagination. But then that's a reflection of where we are at now in our world, with fashion just showing, if fashion is lackluster, I think our worlds and how we are living is extremely lackluster too. So on Saturday, I actually went to a few off-schedule presentations. So it was at the Fashion Scout space that they have in East London, and it was the FGU Talents 2024. I went to the showcase. There was a really amazing knitwear designer called Magic Momo. I think I can imagine her items in Dover Street Market. I don't know where she sells, but it has that unique quality and angle to the brand. It's not really anything that you will see. That's why I really can see it in a concept shop. The problem that I have with a lot of the catwalk shows at London Fashion Week for the smaller brands, they all kind of just look like university final major project level of products. You don't really see just fantasy editorial pieces, and I don't really see a collection or a reason for why the brand needs to exist. But so that's what, for the rest of it, that's just generally my feedback. So I will just play a few of the videos here. The place was packed, the vibes was cute. A lot of, I guess, influencers, content creators who are wanting to build up their influencing, basically just there for content, just to create content. But it was just a nice vibe. You can see they were quite young and excited, and were there to show that they were there at Fashion Week and to be a part of the conversation, more than actually genuinely having an interest for fashion. And that's okay, but that is the crowd. It's a numbers game, and that's the crowd at London Fashion Week. Like I said, there's a lot of the pieces that I saw walking down the runway it was just giving me final major projects, and with a little bit more development, then it could have fleshed itself out into a real collection. But again, it's a start for the designers, and it'll be interesting to see how many of them evolve and develop into actual great brands for London, for the London Fashion Week market and scene, or how many of them kind of move away. It's always interesting to see how certain brands evolve. I remember going to a Jonathan Anderson presentation, and it wasn't even in it was just a presentation stall inside the Vogue, inside Somerset House. It wasn't even a bigger brand presenting. And now Jonathan Anderson is head of Loewe, and maybe going to another brand, and has the brand itself is also amazing. So it's always good to see that actually you can start from the bottom in these smaller presentations and actually grow your brand straight from it. So yeah, that is good. So apart from that, I just went to that one on Saturday. I was exhausted afterwards, and I went to a few art exhibitions afterwards, and then I went home. I did not want to really spend a lot of time going to more shows. I just wasn't really interested for that. One thing I love about London Fashion Week more than I love, and New York to a certain degree, but which you don't find in Paris or in Milan is the fact that it is such a it is closer to like the street style, everyday life people brands, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't seem so far away. It's not giving like luxury high-end brand like Paris or Milan, where a lot of the collections and what I see on the runway just doesn't really feel believable for me. It doesn't feel believable when I see the items. But for London, it's just always believable. And I know I can imagine seeing the people, fashionable people, whatever, just wearing a lot of these pieces as they are. Just always a little bit more fun and interesting. The collections are always more daring. They always have a conversation. That they aren't afraid to be a bit ugly. They are not stuck with the sort of like tradition and craftsmanship and storytelling from the past that they have to have. It's like some of the heritage brands, they can't break away and deviate from what they are supposed to be, so it becomes very boring. But with London Fashion Week, with all of the young designers who are still super hungry and fun, they always give you something. Another thing, before I go into that, another thing I want to talk about is diversity on the runway and where it went. And there has been a lot of talk about how all of the initiatives, the D&I, all of the plus size, larger, different skin tone, different looks, models on the runways, and how that has completely like disappeared again. They've sort of gone back to the old tried and true way of presenting and showing the models and showing the designs. And what I have noticed that the diversity has really stopped being something that is on the forefront of anyone in fashion's mind of models. And beyond just different ethnicities of models, I'm mainly talking about body shapes and sizes. And that's something that's really like, oh, that's really an interesting takeaway, and something that I would hope, like, I don't think diversity needs to be that you need every woman's body shape on Victoria's Secret model. For me, I see it more in the sense of having the space for brands, diverse brands that actually cater to a wider body type and design and have things made with that in mind, and are happy to show and present that with their models, with their catwalks, with their editorials, with their campaigns. Whereas normally what diversity means is that they go up to a size 14 and then it's still a terrible fit, and that's not diverse enough at all. And it's like, fashion, you gotta do better. But then I don't even care so much about the brands doing better. I just really want there to be spaces created for brands that generally do focus on mid-size, larger size, curve, plus size, and are really focused on creating really great design-led pieces for this bigger category. So that's what I'm hoping for to see emerge, and that's what I'm probably going to start looking out for and trying to promote. But then on to the designers that were showing, that I really like their collections and certain pieces from the collections. The first one was Nessie Dojanka. She does some great sheer evening pieces, very much giving our underwear as outerwear. She can sort of give like a Rick Owens light style daringness with her pieces, but there's some really, really lovely nude skin tone corsets and dresses that she has that were viral a few years ago. Some really nice mini dresses that are great pieces to wear, and I really enjoyed her show. It's an asymmetric hemline and asymmetric dresses. She has a really gorgeous long floor length dress, black and white, sheer, monochromatic, gorgeous. She has some really great corseted pieces as well, that are just giving a sexy silhouette for the girlies. I also loved this big shoulder suit jacket. I can't wait to see it in stores. I can't wait to see which brand, which high street brand is gonna recreate that. That's a nice, gorgeous look. The stockings are also a great a great look. This dress, this lovely blush pink and a really deep, I would say like a sienna red, sienna pink midi style dress was my favorite of the collection from what I've seen. And then she's brought out these one sleeve dresses in different variations. I thought that was gorge. And so now we're still having, so they're called capri pants, so thanks to her she's still bringing out some capri pants for spring summer 2025. So it's good to know that these are still going to be around. So if you bought them for autumn winter 14, hold on to them for spring summer 2025. I have a feeling capri style pants are going to be a staple transitional wardrobe piece that they are going to keep on rebringing out for a while. What else did she do that was nice? Again, just really nice mini dresses. This one reminds me of the Bjork swan neck dress in like a wearable way, just with the way the white sleeve and the train is giving that look. So that was from Nancy Dojaka. I would love to see her star rise. I don't know where her stockings are, but it gives like Selfridges, Essence sort of type brand. I think she's probably more department stores rather than web to store direct to consumer type product. But yeah, it's always interesting to see the evolution of this brand. The next brand that I want to talk about is Emilia Wickstead, a staple of London Fashion Week for like forever. I really liked this deep embellished dress with the floral and like floral print, daisy print, but it's like 3D daisy print, or is it actually really off the fabric? And all of the jewels and crystals adorned on this dress. I think that's a gorgeous piece from her collection. And then I saw these like overly high-waisted pants, dresses and skirts, and I would love to see this be like a summer dress that becomes the it dress. It's just like, I really enjoy when we sometimes choose to like dress ugly and try to forego the male gaze, and this just being sat under the boob, I think I just really like it. I like the fact that it's just saying no, you don't need to always be like sexy. It's cute. And then the final piece again is the asymmetric style hem, but instead of the hem, it's like the waistline. They say it's an asymmetric waistline summer. That seems to be the vibes, and I think it may be like super flattering on the stomach if you have something just distracting people from that area. Those are the pieces that I love from them. So the next brand that I want to talk about is Marques Almeida. Again, another gorgeous staple London Fashion Week brand that has stayed faithful to London and has evolved with the city and the demands of style. Marques Almeida gives me like Loewe vibes. I don't know, this collection just gives me Loewe vibes, but I'm sure at a more attainable price point potentially. But there's some really, this collection does give that to me. So yes, there's this two-piece denim look styled with the shirt that I think is gorgeous, and I can already imagine Zara sketching this and getting this made as we speak. Like seriously, the bright blue denim, the frayed edges of the top and jeans, it is given a little bit like Scandi style as well to that, and that's probably why it's going to be a popular look to maybe emulate. The other one, again, they've done some really good co-ord pieces in denim. I love the high neck, I love the belt, and I love the dramatic sleeves and the bigger fitting jeans. I can't wait to see this in person, and I can't wait to see what High Street Man copies this look to. This pink like bomber jacket with the drop sleeve and the super exaggerated sleeves, it is giving like the clown court jester type fashion look, and the color is gorgeous. I love this color pink. And then they made this sort of like milkmaid style heavy jacquard printed dress, which I think is gorgeous. This whole collection is definitely given like Scandi vibes. I don't know, yes, definitely Scandi vibes, Cecil Hansen, Garni type vibes. I don't know if this is how they normally this is what they normally do, or if it's just something that they picked up to do for the season, as I haven't really been following their brand that closely. Again, this Shakespearean style coat of armor jacket, denim jacket and cord. It's like it's 70s, but it's also medieval. The slit in the arms, I love that. I love the finish of this whole jacket. Now we're on to Simone Rocha, who is like the darling of London Fashion Week. Again, a lovely like Central St Martin's graduate. She started off young with her brand. She stayed true to the London Fashion Week calendar. She didn't up sticks and move to a better city. She stood the test of time, and I feel like London Fashion Week it's celebrating longevity for those who were able, for whatever reason, to stick it out and make it work. For a while she was going to go under, but she kind of just stuck it out. I don't know if she even went to design for like a in-house at a fashion maison. Don't tell me if she is like a head designer somewhere, I don't know, but she didn't do that. That's normally what they do in London. They get all the fun, exciting designers, and then they bring them in, and then they send them to Paris or Milan to be head of design for whatever luxury house. And she hasn't done that. She stayed true to her brand. She gives she's like an elevated Sandy Liang. I'm not a fan of Sandy Liang's brand at all. The hype on it on Twitter just seems so forced to me. I'm just like, bows, okay. And her most recent collection without the bows for her Spring Summer 2005, I was like, this is very mid. But like, that's New York. It works for the New York Fashion Week space and like people, but for me it's just not, I didn't get the hype, and it's just not for me. But I do love the design of Simone Rocha and how she stays true to her designs, her pieces. Her aesthetic is just, it's I don't want to use the word whimsical and soft, but it just gives like a romantic feel to it, but also strong. Like, you know, draping is strong, but it looks fragile. It's like a swan gliding across a lake. Looks like this graceful thing, but they are actually doing all the work, and there's a lot of strength in that, and that's what I love about her brand when I see it. This black dress, the cut, the fishtail at the bottom, gorge. I like the fact that the model was wearing flat pumps and not heels. It gives it like a bit of a punk rebel thing, and she's not like trying to be this perfect. It's not giving perfection. I like the imperfectness of this brand. And I love this jacket with the roses inside. I don't know if she's done it before or if I've just seen it before, but it reminds me of a little bit of Agent Provocateur, the lingerie brand. They used to do these PVC jackets that they had it in black and also in like white, and they were see-through, and they were like rain jackets, and they were very short. But you could wear that with underwear, you could wear it with nothing underneath. You could just style it. And the way that this just reminded me of it with the flowers on the inside, this obviously looks more like it's organza rather than PVC, but it's the same ethos. I like the fact that these jackets, you see the stitching, you see the deep pockets, like it's showing you the fact this is a really well made piece, and you can't hide the poorly made items behind the glitz and glamour, because it's like the x-ray of, you know, a good made piece is a good made piece, period. I also like this baby doll dress that they have in red, and the clogs. I wonder if underwear is outerwear, is going to make a reappearance again. It was a big thing back when I was younger and I was working for Agent Provocateur. There was a big push, big design fashion trend of like underwear as outerwear, and then it went away again. And I wonder with now these underwear pieces, baby doll dresses, rompers are going to start coming back out in just sort of nice laces and dual tones and rich dark colors for spring is what I am seeing. So if you want to invest in like a colorful piece, now start getting those dual tones, the amethyst, the emeralds, the blues, and the reds, the ruby colors. Those are pieces to have forever, and I think is definitely going to be we're going to see it more and more in spring, summer, and also going into the autumn, winter of next year. I just really like the simplicity. Firstly, these grey pants. I like the simplicity of having something wearable on the runway. This dual green emerald style embellished, embroidered top overlay. Love it. And I just was like, yeah, this is a piece that I could literally DIY to wear and have. This, need I say more? I love this ballet inspired red and blush pink as colors, the drama and the passion of the red with like the soft fragility of the pink combined. Yes, it's a jacket. I would love to see something like that in just like not in a design space, like in a high street, or like maybe secondhand, but like a nice dramatic tulle style coat, a swan. And that was it for Simone Rocha. It's the piece that I liked. Honorable mention, Masha Popova. I liked her collection, but the best piece for me that I saw was on her when she was like at the end of the show, coming out to say thank you. She had on these gorgeous jeans. Even the cardigan top is gorgeous, but the jeans with the cut outside, and I'm like, I didn't see. Okay, I'm back. So I was trying to look for Moalola's spring summer 2025 collection, as I feel like she has the best current energy and vibe around her brand right now, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any official photos because I think it was just an off calendar presentation. I like the brand because it's tapped into the community of who she is actually, of who her people are. She knows that, and I think it'll be interesting to see how the brand grows with her community and what she chooses to do. She is kind of being a bit more daring. She's shaking the table. Again, her pieces, it's not really anything that I would wear or anything that I feel genuinely excited about, but as a brand, it's like a conversation piece. The fashion brand. Weeks so far have been muted and quiet and not necessarily being at the forefront of culture the way that fashion would normally be, but it's sort of fashion is now like falling behind culture, and I mean that in the sense that it's not relating to what we actually live, what we're doing, or how we're living, what we're doing. That's a mixture of different things. One of the main ones is just like this general overconsumption of fashion, and the fast fashion space becoming so difficult to navigate, and just having everything being accessible to have. If you can't get the real tabby boots, you can get the fakes. If you can't get a Birkin, you can get a fake one. If you can't get the rose bag, you can just get like a fake one. It's difficult when things have become so democratized, and it's kind of taken away the specialness of the brands, the pieces, the core community and subcultures that fashion represents and holds. So as we are hopefully trying to get that back, we'll see an emergence of brands, the same brands trying to sort of stay true to the reality of their clients, of their customers, and not just to online or the fashion media, the fashion noise. Even that's died down. Even like high fashion Twitter has died down. Are people who were a part of high fashion Twitter, high fashion spaces, TikTok spaces, have they now found their real interests and have now left like fashion and talking about fashion? I kind of think they have. It's just not really interesting anymore. Or maybe, you know, they were all students who were chronically online and then graduated university and had to get their real big boy job, and therefore they just maybe not have the time anymore to dedicate to talking about fashion. Who knows? Or who knows? It's an interesting thing to observe. One thing that I want to focus on and look at and research is Black women designers, small designers, and just highlighting them as artists, their history, their journey, and how they have built community. So that's going to be probably a longer video that I will, like a video essay that I will work on, but stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video and being with me here this Sunday, and I will catch you guys. I will see you guys soon on my next video. Bye.